Hey guys, welcome to another maths tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to find stationary points on a curve using calculus. Now here we have a graph of the equation y equals x squared minus 4x plus 7. And the question is we want to locate the stationary points. And you're probably wondering, what is the stationary point? The stationary point is simply the turning point, which is this point here. So because we already have the graph, we can see where the turning point is straight away. But normally you probably don't have access to something that can draw a graph very easily. So you need an algebraic method to prove where the stationary point is. So the process for finding the turning point or the stationary point is the first step is you have to differentiate the equation. So we have y equals x squared minus 4x plus 7. So dy over dx, the instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x is 2x minus 4. So we have an equation describing the gradient at any point on this curve. Now, how do we use this to find the stationary point? Well, if you have a look at the instantaneous rate of change at this point, at the turning point, if you draw a tangent line at this point, this tangent line has a gradient of 0. So at this point here, dy over dx is equal to 0. Why is the gradient 0? Because it has no rise. Okay, if you have a look at this line here, it's flat. Or you can say the line is horizontal, which means it has no rise. So the gradient at this point, the rise is equal to 0, and changing the rise is 0, so the gradient is changing y over changing x, or rise over run. So if the rise is 0, the gradient is 0. So this point here has a gradient of 0. So all we have to do is substitute 0 into dy over dx. So 0 equals 2x minus 4. And you simply have to rearrange the equation to make x the subject. So moving 4 to the other side, 4 is equal to 2x. And x is equal to 4 divided by 2. So 2 is equal to x, or x is equal to 2. So we have just found the x coordinate of the turning point. Now, in order to find the y coordinate, all you do is you substitute x is equal to 2 into the y equation. So y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 7. Y equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 7. So y is equal to 3. Okay, so now let's try finding the stationary point of another situation. Okay, so we're going to try it on this curve. We have y equals negative x squared plus 8x minus 11. Now, in the exam, you're not going to get this graph presented with you in order to find the turning point, because otherwise you can just spot it straight away. The turning point is negative 4 and 5, right? But so we're going to pretend we don't have this graph, and we're going to use calculus to find the turning point. So the first step is we find dy over dx. We differentiate this equation, which will give us negative 2x plus 8. And then we substitute 0 into the derivative. So 0 is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Rearrange it to make x the subject. So negative 8 is equal to negative 2x. And x is equal to negative 8 divided by negative 2, which is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4. And now we're going to substitute 4 into the original equation in order to find out the coordinates of this point. So y is equal to negative x squared plus 8x minus 11, which equals negative 4 squared plus 8 times 4 minus 11, which is equal to. Now, here is the tricky part. Make sure you square the number before you turn it into a negative, because exponents have to be done before the negative. So this is negative 16 plus 32 minus 11, which is 5. So that matches our curve. As you can see here, this point is indeed at x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. Okay, I hope through this tutorial you guys now understand how to find stationary points in a curve. I'll see you guys next lesson for how to identify whether the stationary point is a maximum or a minimum. See you next time.